Today we'll be talking about the common problems that we face in DAX, especially when I'm using Power BI and the problems which I face. Okay, so this will be more of text functions. So they will be like the find function, the search function. Find and search are almost similar. I will tell you the difference in the video. The left function, the len function, and then we will be seeing how in DAX we can use split by delimiters. In Power Query, it is very simple. And then while doing this video, we'll also be talking about some common errors which we do. So here is our data set. There is an RPO series which has forward slashes, as well as there is a CNV series which has backslashes. And the solution which we are looking for is we want the characters before the first slash. So in our case, it will be the letters RPO and letters C, C and V. So for that purpose, I'll create a new column. I'll call it code document, and we'll use the left function. So let's talk a bit about the left function. In the left function, we will need the text. So in our context, it will be the document number, and then we will need the number of characters. I can write the number of characters as 3, but that doesn't solve our purpose in the long term. Instead, we are going to use the search function. The search function, the attributes which will be needed in the search function are find text. So again, in our case, it will be we'll take one of the slashes. So we will take for the CNV. This will be the backward slash, and then within text, this will be the document number. And we are not going to fill anything for the start position and not found value. And now we will see how this performs. We are also taking -1, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, so once we press enter, we see that there's an error. So why is this error happening? To talk about that, we'll need to understand the search function more in detail. But let's try certain alternatives that can be performed. And since what I'll be doing is I'll be uh, taking the solution in 3 ways. So there'll be 3 alternative solutions. So first I'm going to use pretty basics which we always use is we always try to put any situation in an if else condition. So similarly we'll try this out here right now. Okay, so I'll use an if function, and for this I'll call out the logical test. The logical test in our situation will be to locate the slash, and we will say that okay, so our backward slash, let's let's our backward slash should be greater than 0, as in when we are finding the location, so it should be greater than 0. It should not be at the 0th position, it should be greater than 0. It can be at the 3rd position, 4th position, or anything. In our case, it is in the 4th position. So, and we will use the find function in this. Now let's talk about a bit about the find function. There is no difference between find and search, except that search is case insensitive and find is case sensitive. So instead of using the find function, we could have also used the search function. Right now we are using the find function. So again, I'll type backslash, then within text document number, and I'll close this bracket and keep it greater than 0. And if the value is true, then we are going to use this condition, the left condition. Now we'll use an if else condition. So the false value. So for the false value, we'll use the, okay, if it's not a backward slash, it should be a forward slash. So I'll just copy and paste the entire thing of the left conditions, and I'll just change the backward slash to the forward slash. All right. Now again, this is going to show us an error, and Why is this showing us an error? Because like I said, the problem is not in the left condition or anywhere, it's in the search condition. Our search condition is a bit incomplete. Okay, so what is happening is, if so when we are using search backslash, and if it's not being able to find a backslash, it needs an alternate value, and basically we are not providing an alternate value, so it's showing an error. So how can we deal with this? What if we put a if error condition? Okay, let's see how that works. So when I use if error, so what I'll do is, okay, find this and this value if true. Okay, now I'll close this if statement out here, and now I will, so if when I close this if statement out here, I'll put a comma. So now this will start. Okay, what will be if there's an error? So do this. Otherwise, if this is an error, do that. And since we only have two conditions in our case, like a backward slash and a forward slash, since we don't have any blank values or something that doesn't have a slash, so this will work for us. And if and just to check, we can see that okay, our code document has an RPO and a CNV value. Now I think if you think about it, the if condition was pretty redundant. We didn't need it because we already using if error, and we are already giving a left condition that okay, if this doesn't happen, if this throws an error, then use that, and we only have two conditions in our case. So now we are going from a beginner stage to an intermediate stage, and we are seeing what a code is really doing and trying to avoid redundancies. Okay. uh, all right, so now I put a code document intermediate column, and in this I'll just start with if error directly, and basically just repeat the whole process again without the if condition. So left, and with backward, uh, sorry, the document number and the search condition with backward slash. Okay, and this again, so if so first show me this value. If there is an error, then show me this value. That will be the with the one with the forward slash. All right, so I'll just copy and paste it. Okay, now let's check what really happens. So this code makes pretty much sense, and it should work, right? And it works, and we can always check RPO and CNV. This is what we exactly wanted. Okay, is there any other way to do it? Let's think. So as I was saying that we need to talk about the search function. We are not describing the search function in detail. What if I really understand the search function? Maybe all of my problems can be avoided then. So okay, so first let's break down the search function in more detail. And for this I will be using a search with len. So len is basically the length of the text. So I'll call out a new column and start with the len. Okay. So now I am using okay, now let's, so I searched for the backslash within document number. Then I pressed a comma. Start position is not required in our case, and not found value. Okay. So now we can think of this as a error condition, like an if error or if else statement. So search for backslash, and if that value is not found, then search for this. So in our case, this will be the forward slash. So basically anything like search and len both, or find, everything is giving us some number. Len is giving the total length, while search is giving the position. So it is giving us some number. So after search, search for backslash or for forward slash, and if both are not found, then just give me the length of the text. Okay, all right. And we will do -1. Okay, why are we doing -1? So in our case, everything is in the fourth position. The first delimiter, that is the slash, is in the fourth position. So we need before the fourth, the first three. So that's why. So in our case, the answer right now should come to 3. That's why we are doing -1, and that will come. All right, pretty much what we wanted. So now I have the len function, so I can just use a left function, and so within this document number text, just attach this as well as the position. So let's see how that works. So I'll call this legendary code, but since we are doing it in two parts, I'll do it legendary one, and I'll make a new code for just called legendary, in which we'll just use one column to get the whole solution. All right. So this is what we did. We called out a document number, that is the column from which we want the text, and then the position. So in our case, again, the position was third. So the first three letters from the left. This is basically what it is doing. And pretty much it works for us. Okay. So this is what I'm thinking, like if beginners had to do it, how they would have done it. If intermediaries would have to do the same thing, how they would have done it. And if legends, if experts had to do it, how they would have done it. And at the end of this video, obviously you can have your own better solutions, and you can tell me that all this also could be avoided. Just use simply this, and I will try to see like how it is working, and it will be a learning experience for me as well. For now, those people who are facing some difficulties, they can use my code, which I have done, and this pretty much solved all of my problems when I was trying to do it. So yes. Also, first thing, all this could have been avoided. We could have done uh, everything in Power Query, okay, and we would have not faced any problems. It would have just been done through certain clicks of mouse, and like in very minimal steps, right? The Why are you doing it in DAX? I don't know. Like, why am I doing it in DAX? Okay, I have a particular reason. My reason was that I had loaded the data from the SQL server, and I unfortunately at that time I could not connect to my VPN, and I just needed a quick get around. So I just started doing the whole thing in DAX. You might have your own reasons, and I would love to know what can be the like reasons, like other reasons why you are doing it in DAX and not in the Power Query. Okay, I hope this video helped many people, and do let me know that how this video helped or didn't help, or like what other videos should I make. Thank you.